live chat. What's going down, town? Oh, classic. Where's the sound? Classic. But by the way, I was sitting at home very ill
last week.
And can I do an impersonation of when a sting plays?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. All right, let's do that. We could be heard so much.
Yeah, I told you guys that every time.
But like, I thought it was like a little bit.
No.
But it's always like, oh, we fucked it. Oh, fuck.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yo, fam. How's it doing? I missed you all. Shannon, Thomas, Maple, Peeman, Thomas, Okies, Jasper, Thomas, Jamie. What's with all the Thomases? Dylan, Dan, Kachayani, Reese, Michelle, Riley, Fergus, Marnie. How are you, mate?
I'm good. I'm good.
The more you say good, the more I believe it.
I'm good.
Dad's back.
Yo, Dad's back.
They said, Drew, welcome back. Healthy dad.
Thank you.
Healthy daddy. Yay, Tom's back. People just happy to see Tom back.
Yeah.
Paddy's over there waving. He won't be in your shot though, will he?
No, but he can come if we need to throw to him. Also, still having network issues like last week. Sorry, everybody. I've messaged our overlord, Evan, to see if there's any big network spikes happening again, but it's not the internet, and that's the easiest thing to fix, so that's a shame.
Can't fix a broken clock twice in a day.
A clogged up network, as they say.
And M says, lovely to meet Marnie at Backcourt Trivia last Thursday. Go Vix.
It was lovely to meet you.
How was it?
The trivia was great.
I heard it was really impressive.
Yeah, we got second, and which was great because number one got a meat tray. No fucking thank you. We got some mini nipples to play with.
How was the pub? Was it recently vamped?
It was so recently vamped.
Oh, great. That's exciting.
It actually was, and the vibe was really good. It makes me want to do an AFLW trivia, but I feel like I would get way too stressed trying to organise that. Even thinking of questions, no, that's too hard.
Were the questions all about no. Well, we have mates at Quizmeisters.
Can we do an AFLW trivia night?
You genuinely could.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
You could make that a Marnie like thing. And the Marnie night live trivia for AFLW.
Yeah.
They've flocked down to your favourite pub or your favourite pub. It'll be great.
Okay, I'll have it at the hangar.
At the hangar.
I'll have it at the Jack Jones Cafe.
That might kill it. But
sorry.
I think it would, yeah.
You got a hot take?
Yeah, but there's an article that will be coming out at some point by Ed Burke that I was like, that's perfect for our podcast. Come on and talk about it. But obviously I can't ruin it for him because that would be a bad thing to do.
Ed Burke. Let's do it.
I'm not leading this week, mate. You're out there on your own, mate. I'm standing over here.
Ready? Oh, yeah. The whole team's back. No one's sick. Except we're sick for one thing, footy. And that means it's time to bounce.
That pill.
Hit it. That was really good, I thought. That was really good. Welcome to the Footy with Marns. It's Thursday. The sun is shining wherever you are. AFLW is, I'm going to say off the top of my head, 7 days away.
1 week away.
Wow.
The finals for the men's is just in sight. Collingwood are going to be out of the 8. Everything's great.
Yeah.
Marnie, good to see you.
Likewise.
You're at odds and ends. You're covering the AFLW launch. You've got footy coming out the wazoo. How are you going?
Yeah, I mean, it's so boring to say that I'm very tired because I feel like I'm always tired and busy, but yep.
Can I say something very sincere?
Yeah, of course.
I said to someone the other day, I can't remember when I felt good.
Oh, Broden. That's a problem.
Yeah, I've got to 1, eat better, 2, sleep better, 3, drink water better.
Yeah.
And 4.
You are not bad at the hydration though. Like every time I get in your car, there's just hydrolytes everywhere.
Yeah, but
That's replacing something.
Oh, sure.
Also, I thought you were in fine form on Sunday. I was like, look how happy he is when I'm not there.
Oh.
He was having jokes and having a laugh and happy as Larry.
That's not true though. Paddy knows. Paddy can attest to this. I said before we started recording, I said I can't do it without my big boy daddy. And is that right, Paddy? Yeah, it's
Don't
true.
believe.
But no, I knew I had to bring it because, Tom, you always just bring so much fact and information that's just,
It's true. Can I make one quick comment on last episode that I missed? It is interesting that, like, you guys covered so much and you were in a great flow of it. But there was 2 or 3 things where I was just like, I can't believe you didn't mention that, even though you did a fantastic job. Grundy was one. Jack Martin kicking 4 goals in like 5 minutes was one. And I was just like, that's how the listeners feel.
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like you can't cover everything. We'd be going for 3 hours. So you guys did flawlessly, but you're still there sitting. When are they going to mention Jack Martin's incredible 4 goals in 5 minutes?
Also, too much agreement. I'm loving everyone, loving Paddy. I'm the same. It's the best. But listening to that episode, I was like, the 2 of you are just so nice to each other.
Yeah,
I was like, there was no fighting.
It's funny you say that because you're talking about Brodie Grundy and Jack Martin, right? This is crazy you say that. And Paddy's going to be like, oh, no, because I came in and said to Paddy, would it be okay if I talked about Brodie Grundy and Jack? And he was like,
adamantly,
he swore a lot. He said, if you bring that up, and then he brought out like I guess it's like a 50s like pocket knife.
Yeah.
And then he just sort of gestured at me. I went, okay, I know where I stand. But I felt vindicated to hear you say that. Marnie, is it time for news? Yes? Time for the news with Marnie. I think that's good. I think that went well. Apologies to the people watching live for the frame dropping. We're going to fire Evan, who doesn't work for us. We're going to have it out with Evan.
What does Evan have to do with this?
Internet. Marnie, it's huge. We talked a little bit about in our emergency podcast yesterday the Simon Goodwin stuff clashing with the AFLW launch, but I want to hear about all this. It's a big week in sport.
Yeah. Great, I guess, to start with, the season's officially been launched, which just means that all of the sponsors and corporate partners get together in a room with all the coaches and go, yay, W. Also, it was so funny. We were up the back and we were joking just because every year they do stuff like this. We're like, I bet they're going to play like Let's Go Girls. And then they
What
did.
was the girls' song? Was it Shania Twain?
Yeah, the performance came out with dun 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 dun. And we were like, you've got to be joking.
Oh my God.
That's so good.
It's like very still just like, yeah, the girls.
Well, where was the launch this year? Because Tom and I got invited last year at Melbourne Town Hall.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Didn't get invited this year. But where was it this year?
So it was so strange because on the invite it just said 400 City Road. And I was like, oh, so it's just an address, but not like...
It was a function hall or something, was it?
It was a giant church. Like, because you seen off I put on my close friends on Instagram because I was like, I don't think I could put this on main. It was in a church. Very, because I won't comment on that.
Church turned function venue, I guess.
Yeah, it was very large. Also, I thought this was just very reflective of like the W. So like, Essendon coach Natalie Wood, her +1 was Ben Brown, which was the best because you could just spot him anywhere in the room. He texted me at one point saying, are you here? And I was like, yep, there he is. But so he and Natalie walked in together and he got pulled onto the coral carpet to get photos taken and she didn't. And she's like, he's literally my +1.
Wow, how rude.
And was Bonnie Toogood and Steph Kane there as well, representing from Essendon, or was it just coaches?
Steph was there.
Yep.
There wasn't a lot of players. I think that nights like this are optional. There's not a whole lot of players.
I play in a basketball team with Ben Brown, and he is injured because of coaching.
Oh, okay.
He couldn't run. I had to run more because his hamstring hurt because he got hit in training, like taking bumps.
Oh, because the girls are so big and tough.
Yeah. So he's doing hard work down there. But we went last year, and I think it's been 12 months, so I can be critical. I think one of the biggest frustrating decisions that the AFL made last year was to get an influencer to host that thing. It was Millie Graham, and she did an awful job. Awful job. Didn't know anything about football. Doesn't care about it. It said we, on a surface level, care about AFLW, but we don't really. She got up and said, I like the Swans, and it was awful.
She literally got up and said, I don't know anything about footy. It's funny that they asked me to do this.
Yeah.
Like, what the
So who hosted it this year? No idea. Was it an influencer?
Please edit this out when you put this up tomorrow, Tom. I can't remember her name, but she was fantastic. She was really good. Yeah.
There was a good. How was it this year?
Ex-wife of Anyway.
No,
it
yeah.
was funny.
But it was good.
But it was good. And they play the documentary of the grand final. And so it was obviously like the North Melbourne documentary. And I mean, I'm a big feelings person, but I was like, God, this is embarrassing. Like I had to stop myself from crying. I loved it so much. And then Amelia Fuller, who is 3AW, she texts me during the being like, is it just me or is this like really hitting you? And I was like, yeah, I'm glad. And then Ben Brown was also the same. It was like, that almost made me cry. And I was like,
that's beautiful.
It was really well done. It's on the AFL website and I would very much recommend it because it's also it's paced very well and it takes you, like through the season. It's only, I think, like 16 minutes or something.
Great, but it's up.
It's up and it's made me, I just love the North Melbourne team.
It's funny last year because at the one last year, the Lions one was a real rev up and everyone else in the room was like angry. Okay,
no, this was really good.
And how was the Marvel launch? Sorry to jump.
Yeah, so before that was the Captain's Day.
Yes.
At Docklands, and so many new captains, which like fantastic, and I'm very excited to see them all in their respective clubs, and I think they'll all do a very good job. But it makes me feel so old that like Emma Carney's not captain anymore. Like we're in a completely different era. Like Jazzy Garner, captain, Abby McKay. My God, so I keep saying in my head like Harry McKay, Abby McKay.
Yeah.
I keep,
yes,
but I didn't used to mess it up, but now that I don't want to mess it up, I am messing it up. It's really McKay. McKay, Abby McKay.
I like for the Suns, the first ever Irish captain, Niamh McLaughlin. Very exciting.
Yeah, it was Lucy Single that was there.
Oh, that's exciting
but
too.
Yes.
Their
Ruby
co-captain
Slasher at Collingwood. It was just, and Chloe Malloy's back from her ACL. It was really good to see her. I don't know, the energy was just very high and very good, and that's making me very excited. And also, because I do think that, like, AFLW has gone through just so much instability in its 9 seasons. It's had that season change from being in the height of summer to then changing it to the end of the men's, but then every year it's like, when's the season going to start? Like, we still don't really know. And then you've had expansions and the condensed fixture, and so this year it's going to be 12 rounds in 12 weeks. Hopefully there's not going to be a big, like last year it was the condensed fixture. That was the story of the season, and it was just like, how's it going to work? Hopefully this year we can just be like, it's a season. It's
the same again for the most part, apart from it's going to not have 48 games in 1 week, but apart from that it's just going to be a normal season.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes, hopefully nothing. Yeah.
Can I ask you some questions without notice on the AFLW season?
Of course.
Who you think, there's a lot of fan bases who might not be on with AFLW because they're not the North or the Brisbane or the teams that always go up the top. But for fans who are fans of the men's teams, who's a riser this year?
I honestly think Collingwood, and I'm cautious to say that just because they've been really good with media. So I've been in and around them and I've been like hearing from their coaches and stuff where like there are some clubs that I just haven't. But they had their first year under Sam Wright last year, and I do think it's very hard, especially when the seasons are so much shorter, to get anything going. So if your first year as coach and you're in a condensed fixture and you've got all these new kids, like they only had the one win. It was against Gold Coast. Arguably, they shouldn't have had that win because it was the controversial ball touch. But they just look, even just like their practice match against Essendon, they looked so organised. Ruby looks so good. Everyone is talking about Ash Centra because she's the number 1 draft pick, and I'm very cautious not to put too much expectation on a player who hasn't played a single game yet. But
GOAT.
Yes, like so good. But
Ruckman,
it's Kalinda, she'll be in the forward line.
Okay.
But it's Kalinda Howarth who I think is just like, watch her. Like she kicked, I think 2, maybe 3 goals against Essendon, and then she kicked a few more in their second practice match. I don't think Collingwood are going to like have a finals year, but I think that they're going to have some like really good moments, and I'm very excited about them. Also, Hawthorn in their practice matches looked so good, and their first match is against Brisbane, and these two are two sides that genuinely hate each other, and Brisbane's is like, I think, the fittest team in the competition, and they're so strong. I'm so looking forward to Brisbane Hawthorn.
Yeah, Daniel Webster, so Jess Webster's brother is the coach of that team. So Jess Webster was on this pod the other week, and then also called the Triple M Naziah Wanganeen.
Oh my God, can I talk about that for a second?
Yeah.
So that was obvious. I had a really good chat with Jess about that last night, because that Triple M clip of her doing the Naziah call, has got like 1 million views, which is like very overwhelming, but it's like 95% positive. And it's all these comments that are like, who is she? I really like her. Who's this caller? It's like she was saying that like it's so like in an industry like this, she's been working for so long and so hard. Like she talked about it when she came on the podcast, but it was one of those things where it's just like everything lined up that day. Like they chose to film that call, even though it was like radio and it wasn't exactly a big game. She happened to have the play in the last minutes because there's obviously 2 play-by-play callers. So it was her that was like happened to be doing it. They happened to post it online as well as like Nazaya just happened to have like the best game ever. And like from all accounts, she nailed it. Like I think it's fair to say we all think that she did an amazing job in that clip. But it was so cool listening to her be really proud of herself and really take stock. Like she's worked really hard for that and all that acknowledgement, while also she was quite critical and saying, I wish I did this or I should have done that. And then she went and also watched and listened to everyone else's calls. And it's just like, yeah, because it's not like she just like sprung up and like had this moment. It's like, oh my God, she's amazing. Like she works so hard.
2 things I can say to that. Well, firstly is that commentators as a breed are the most self-critical and like meticulous, some of them in the room, but like they all go back, oh no, I should have done this. And yeah, but also someone said it the other day is you don't rise to the occasion of moments, you drop to your preparation.
Yeah.
And so it's less that all those things happened to work for on this occasion. It's that on the moment that she was at the exact right place at the right time, she was as good as how long she's been doing it for a decade. She's as good as all the work she's done.
Yes.
But
I think she meant in terms of all those things lining up, in terms of like her getting the wider acknowledgement from the football community for doing something that she's been doing this entire time. And so it is quite like a motivating thing to be like, yeah, you just have to work really hard.
Yeah. I just mean to say that like in those overnight success stories, they're always just like they are their 10-year time where someone's been working away, and she absolutely deserved her flowers for that. I'm glad she's happy about it.
Oh, me too. It's yes, and I hope that Hawthorn do really well and the Websters become like, you know, like a widely respected pair.
The Webster family.
Like they already are, but you know what I mean? Like wider than just also Grace Barber, did I say that correctly, Patty? Grace Barber is the first AFLW player to be suspended before even making a debut. And I think that is an interesting just stat that she's going to have to wear forever now. She is a Hawthorn player, and in the practice match, yes, she hit Richmond player pretty directly just in the guts off the ball. It was
Jesus.
Laura McClelland that she hit during Hawthorn's 37-point win over the Tigers, but just like hit her in the guts. And so the vision's not great because it was a practice match. Also, it was off the ball, so it's not exactly like they were focusing on them, but she just whacks her in the goal square.
That's quite the stat to carry.
Yeah, so she's been suspended for 1 week.
Can we do a very silly thing?
Yeah.
And just say premiership guess?
Oh my God. Well, do you want to go? So I love going through the captains, what they get polled anonymously.
Oh.
I will get the actual email out so I not just
guessing.
Remember.
But I mean, obviously it is North Melbourne who are expected to go back to back. Give me a second.
That's fine.
Okay, so the Kangaroos on 10 votes are expected. So 10 of the captains think that the Kangaroos will go back to back, and then Lions. Then Hawthorn and Richmond each have a vote.
Richmond's interesting.
Richmond is so interesting. Paddy's shaking his head, and I agree with that. I think Richmond making finals would be a good pass mark for them. But
They finished 7th last year, didn't they?
Yep.
7th last year. And their coach Ryan Ferguson used to play for Melbourne back in 400 years ago when I was a lad.
Well, speaking about Melbourne, Jazzy Garner is favoured to get the best and fairest, and I think, yeah, okay, fair enough, that's expected. Then it's Kate Hoare on 4 votes, and everyone keeps telling me how good she is. Everyone's like best and fairest contention. She's looking so good.
That's exciting. I mean, Kate Hoare, if over the Melbourne years, always start super strong, and then there can be the issue is sustaining it for the whole 12 rounds a little bit. I hope she does. She's a gun.
Also, where she plays, like if she's on the ball, that's great. But if she's in the forward line, she needs a good supply, and depends how Melbourne do this year.
And everything I've seen of Molly O'Hare is our number 3 pick. I'm very excited about.
Yeah. And Sunny's looking like they'll be all right.
I hope so. I thought last year they were going to make finals again. So we won one game, I think, 2 games. So yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Their new coach, Reece Shaw. He looks like I think that's good for the Suns to have
A lot of experience,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, Essendon do not look good. They lost in their practice match by 80 points to North, but
That's a worry.
okay. Yeah, it is. They're also one club DNA. All their players are injured. They are
One club DNA.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right.
yeah.
Maybe it's the hangar. I don't know.
yeah. Someone go inspect the ground at the hangar. Nah, they'll. I mean, but it's also. I mean, yeah. It's like how many of Essendon's players are reasonably getting a go on North's list? 4.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like it's such a competitive difference, and it's like that for so many of the teams. Like, yeah, like Brizzy and North are just and Crows.
Yeah.
They're just different.
Share it out. Share the love, you 3. Is that all the W, or we got more W?
Well, do you have any more questions around W?
I think my main thing would be I'm curious to know. You're saying that the 18th team Collingwood will rise. I think that's A, really exciting, but also B, awesome for the sport, because if Collingwood just, anything they touch, 1 million people are obviously already engaged. Schleicher is a face of the AFLW and is still, I think, 27 and is like primed to be just the face of that department. Their number 1 draft pick. Not to always just draw parallels between the W and the M, but it reminds me of Collingwood at the turn of the century. So they got a new coach in Mick Malthouse. They got a number 1 draft pick, and then they started to slowly build, and by 2003 they were competing for flags.
That's cool.
And that was the turn of the modern Collingwood. And
also because they finished 18th, and in the AFLW, not every team plays each other, so the seasons are done. So, like, the bottom teams have the easiest runs, so they will have an easier run. So they're not going to be facing your Norths or your Brisbanes.
yeah.
Great.
So that helps.
Yeah.
And that's AFL. That's Vic Bias VFL. The other thing I will say is this is an official Carlton W football podcast. Like
I love Mimi so much, and Abby. All about Abby McKay.
And but just I would love to see them rise as well, because as far as support of this pod, but also the personalities that they put on, I would love to see them rise.
You're going to the opener?
Yes, I believe so. I will be going down there. I would have gone either way, but I think I'm going to play.
Oh, fantastic.
I think they're organising me to play. Cool.
We don't have to stay on this too long, but I do think that there has been just so much fallout with the Simon Goodwin stuff that is very interesting. And it has been like the story of the week. My favourite headline that we played with was President says AFL coach he just sacked deserves more respect. And the board did not see Simon Goodwin as a long-term answer for the club, and that has resulted in just so much chit-chat across the board of, has it been a waste? Like, has this talent been a waste? And there's been like just so much instability at Melbourne Football Club. I mean, there's been prolonged board instability, reports of cultural problems and player rifts. There was the Petrarca injury and subsequent handling. Clayton Oliver had individual issues that he's worked through. And then there was all those trade rumours, Joel Smith's drug suspension. Goodwin had to front the media and say, I do not use illicit drugs. There's just been non-stop storylines out of that club, which just makes things so uneasy. And with that, all of that kind of waste conversation, after the 2021 flag, the 4 seasons following, they didn't have a finals win, so 2 consecutive straight sets losses followed by missing finals last year, and then they're obviously not playing finals this year. And with the kind of talent that they have on their list, like Petrarca and Oliver gone, or the new crop, I think the new crop of talent is at a particularly high average, even Pickett, even developing that talent. It's a fair conversation that I think is to be had. I mean, Damien Barrett on the AFL Daily said that those seasons were really wasted following the flag, and it was wasted due to game style because they refused to change the way that they brought the ball into the forward line, and they were just really inaccurate even when they did. And I think you talked about that on your emergency podcast, that it was just kind of an inability to adapt after they won that flag. They went 10-0 in 2022, and then from then kind of just nosedived and never really recovered. When Fox put up their tweet saying, has the Goodwin era been wasted? I really liked Rach Danderfield's comment. Hers was the most liked comment, and also shout out, I don't know if she listens here, that all of the dynasties in the recent times have kind of warped our brains a little bit, because it is really hard to win premierships, and a flag is never a waste. And I think, when you also like canvass a lot of supporter bases in of the last like 20 years, they would kill for a flag, even to be in contention, even to be in the conversation. I mean, I can't even get a finals win.
We're 6 flags into, we're approaching the 6th flag of this decade, and we haven't had anyone get 2 of them here in this decade.
Yeah. And but even just Sydney won the group. No, they did not. Sydney played in the grand final last year, and they're not even looking. Well, they're not going to be playing finals this year. Oh my God, my brain is really working overtime. Who won the grand final before that? It was
Collingwood.
It was Collingwood, and then they missed finals, and then who?
Geelong.
Right. And they didn't go back to back. Like, it is really, really hard to, and also with the seasons being as long as they are, if you are playing finals, even if that's consecutive straight sets losses, you are playing longer than all of the other teams, and you would, like, the stress that must put you under. So I don't know. I feel like it's a fair conversation. The wasted conversation is a fair one to have, and I think a lot of D's fans are feeling that, especially with the talent that's on the list. But I do think that, like, dynasties are really hard and really, really rare.
No, they are. I love football and talking about sport on the whole. I think you do too, Tom. When it's you can use it to go, this is how people are behaving, and this is how it reflects on my life. You can use it almost as an art piece that goes, what does this tell me about myself? Mm-hmm. So when through my adult life watching Melbourne, I'm like, look at the way they're communicating with each other, or look at the way they're running leadership. How does that result with me? How I running a small comedy group or this or that? How do I think about that? And Melbourne's a great example of what not to do for my adult life. Mm-hmm. But for the maturity, there has been one period where we've had normal, cognizant behaviour, and it's from an ex-Essendon CEO, Peter Jackson. Outside of that, we've been driven by ego and poor decision-making and self-interest and lack of discipline everywhere. And Jared Waitley on 360, I watched all the television shows last night. I think he surmised it just about perfectly. I think he's so fantastic at it, but pretty much said, and I said it yesterday, is we don't have a CEO, we don't have a president, we don't have a coach now, but essentially who is running it and who is he answering to? If you run an organisation, who was Simon Goodwin answering to? He said at the start of the year, we're going to, essentially the way they played, they started the year with 5 debutants, which says we are redeveloping. And Brad Green said we are playing finals. That's 2 people who haven't talked to each other. Yeah. There's no, the vibe I get, and I'm someone who gets phone calls now, which I don't like, but I'm getting phone calls, so I should pass it on. The vibe is they don't want the CEO and the president that are incoming to have their hands on this. So they are cleaning house. And they're not just cleaning house from the ones we've ever seen. They're going to clean the house heavily. So that's people that you don't even know about are going to go. So that when these 2 people come in, 3 people come in now, they have no connection whatsoever. And the people who have their hands on this are going to not be involved anymore. So it's almost like it's full on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Gorney has a lot on his hands, but if any man can carry it on his shoulders, well, actually, no, I don't want to say that. He could be going through quite a lot right now.
Can I add one more thing, if that's okay? Just
of course,
on a Melbourne thing.
No, I've still got more to say about Melbourne.
Oh, great. Please go for it. Eddie Langdon was the first.
That stupid beanie.
Because he's playing 200 this weekend. And good on you, Langers.
Yeah.
He's playing his Lingers. He's playing his 200, so he had to face the media. And he essentially, in nice way, said, we love him. We didn't want him to go. We think this is a bad decision, but the board's made that decision. We love him. I'm like, okay, that's great. But another way to show love is to win the games. Mm-hmm. I think their record of losses in games less than 10 points is just astronomical in the past 2-3 years. You either haven't shown up for him when it actually mattered, or you haven't, or there has not been enough structure and support that for you to win games.
Yeah.
So I also think the first thing I said when I was on air and it was happening is I don't think this has been handled well, which Melbourne's the best at.
And leaking.
But also, like, two things can be right. You know what I mean? Is that it was time for him to move on, and also you handle it badly.
Yeah. Oh, the whole rigmarole of doing those press conferences, I really do feel for the players. But even if you look at Simon Goodwin, I mean, like, it was only 2 weeks ago that he was saying he has full faith of the board and the conversations that he's had and yada yada. And he was really strong in it. And like, we're supposed to take people at face value when they say things, and it's just like, well, no, but we'd all just have to go along with these press conferences, and like, of course, Langdon's going to say that.
Yeah,
I don't know why he was wearing that dumb gnome. No, I shouldn't say that. It was so funny. That beanie was so funny. I feel like it was half to like draw focus.
Yeah.
But a lot of the like timing of this being like, well, they still had 3 games to play, but in the fallout, everyone kind of surmising that it's like, well, if other coaches are also to go at the end of this season, then Melbourne want to get in first, making all of those phone calls. And I feel like it just makes me feel a bit icky.
Can I talk to that for a second?
Of course.
Can I talk about Carlton?
Yeah.
Paddy, I think, will correct me if I say the wrong thing, but Carlton's called a board meeting to discuss Michael Voss's future tonight.
Yeah, I made a joke yesterday about 2 Carlton people because Kate Hall had to do her press conference, like all in, which unfair, but she's a fantastic leader. And I made a joke to the company like, oh, I'll do Abby McKay next. And no one laughed. They just stared at me. And I was like, fair enough.
Fair enough.
The silver lining for this whole thing is I haven't seen Broden so engaged with the D's since like Jack Watts. Like he's doing his nut.
It's true. I left the Marvel game at 3/4 time. Primarily, it was freezing.
Yeah.
But 2, I was like, what's the point of staying?
Yeah.
Like, I am fully locked in.
Every TV show, every radio show, you are absorbing it all.
Yeah, I think I've got more energy.
Yeah, I think you do too.
It's true.
Yeah.
We should try sacking, or we should sack coaches.
Yeah, because we were saying 2 years ago that we felt like we were wasting Melbourne's time a little bit, whether that's true or not, or we've changed our opinions. It was like, 2 years ago, we were like, this is a waste. Like, we've got to make massive changes.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe Buckley will be the man to do it.
Let's hope so. I love Bucks. I was first ever to say that Bucks should be. Remember 2 years ago?
I spoke. Yeah, no, I don't remember you
2 years ago, I was like, Bucks for Melbourne. I think that's factual.
I'm sure. I'm not gonna challenge you. There are cameras set up at Icon Park. Oh my gosh.
Just the only other thing that I'll say about the Goody presser is that there was absolutely no tonal shift, but he had 2 jokes, and that was the most personality I think we've seen from that man.
Yeah,
who will want to be getting into media potentially after he takes an extended holiday. I just thought that was very interesting. He obviously had the I won't miss driving down to Casey, which was
fair,
a joke as well as quite pointed.
They were, yeah.
And then the bloody Nazaya comment. I was just like, oh.
He was there in his early days. He used to do funny jokes and quotes, and then one day he just went, "It's not worth it. I'm not going to do it anymore." Like, from all reports, he's a fascinating, funny, engaging, lovely man.
Yeah.
But I don't know him. I just know him as bomb it, bomb the ball.
Yeah, and I think you've been complimentary at times of giving the media nothing as a tactic. At other times, frustrating for you. But you've been like, yeah, good, keep it behind closed doors. I don't want to see the emotion in the press conference.
For 2 whole years, maybe 3. I was like, in that year after, we're like, we're starting to lose. And I was like, you know what? We're loading. This is a plan from him. We're doing a pre-finals load. I know then like gaslight myself into, do you know what? He's just hiding the strategy that will come out in the finals. And I was like, come on, Goody. And then the next year I was like, nah, you know what? He was saving it for this year.
And you gaslit yourself this year as well. Well, all you D's fans did.
Yeah, we're like, so I think everyone's going, surely he's not going to go with the same game plan again. Surely 4 years after surely not. And then watching it, okay, yeah, it's the same.
And you know where he got that from? Essendon days.
Yeah, that's
Every
right.
time they bomb it along, I'm just like, oh, I know where that's from.
You said before, like, it does feel like people are doing obituaries it feels very grim.
Yeah. Well, even just like every time they do TV packages now, it's with that like emotional music, and it's like to this like inspiring man. And like, yes, he won a premiership. That is incredibly hard to do. Like, every player under him in 2021 who played that game gets to leave the game now as a premiership player, and that is fantastic. But it's so like we've just turned from like all of that very hard and fair critiques on the game style, and is he the man for the job, and all the culture problems, and he had to front up and say, I don't do illicit drugs. And now we're doing like obituary style.
Yeah, I know. Everyone loves him now.
Tributes. It's weird.
It reminds me of the South Park episode with Britney Spears, where you got to keep taking photos of her until you literally destroy her, and then the corn will be harvestable. It's a very funny episode. It's like to make the corn harvest, we must find a young person and take advantage, like just
sacrifice them essentially.
It was what happens in the media. It's like go him, great media, and then but great, lovely guy. Thanks for that.
Just see what I mean with the beanie?
Yeah, he's got a big beanie. He does look like a gnome, and it does undercut.
The seriousness of what he's saying. He looks like a gnome.
Was it two other things I was going to say on that, but I think they have escaped me in a profound way. So yes, thanks, Simon. We'll have you on at some point. Come up to Brunswick, mate.
And one very interesting part of the story, which is a huge part of the story that we've already talked about, is the breaking of the story. There's analysis pieces and think pieces. There's been so much on the competition between who broke it first, Jay Clark or Tom Morris on Twitter and all of that discourse, which is like kind of entertaining to watch, and just how quickly it was leaked, which leads to the next story, something that was not leaked, not even a whisper, and that is that former Fremantle champion Matthew Pavlich will succeed Tom Harley as the Sydney Swans chief executive. Someone says it all the time, good clubs don't leak stuff. There's a pundit who says that all the time. But I feel like, like good crazy clubs, like no one was expecting this.
No.
I don't think. Pavlich said that it wasn't even on his radar, but the Swans are a highly successful and respected club. And so talking it through with his family, it was just like, I'm not passing up on that opportunity.
There's nothing more Perth than moving to Sydney. That's the most Perth thing you can do is move to Sydney.
Yeah.
I did like one tweet that was like, it was like at Polly Porridge, sorry, but Sydney are relocating to WA just to make recruiting easier.
They do get everyone from there. It's fascinating because they've replaced Tom Harley, who was an ex-Geelong superstar.
He was at the launch last night.
Was he?
He was.
Well, was he 3 IC now?
Sure.
Or, yeah. They've gotten an ex-football player who I haven't seen his credentials, but apparently he was heavily involved in 9 over there. But a CEO is a very important job.
Yeah.
And it's funny that they've gone for a player, and again, they clearly think that's an important thing to do.
Well, yes, but also, I did have all this written down. He does have like a business degree. I'm going to get it wrong if I just start, but he does, and he like co-founded some business, and he's also involved in this other. Right. Like he does seem to have like good business credentials well as a footy brain.
If he'll still be doing boundary riding for Perth games on Sunday.
Yes, he will.
Yeah, wow, that's huge.
Speaking about boundary, I'm going to be on the boundary for Carlton and Collingwood. Just make it about me, but I'm very excited about that.
Fantastic.
You're going for ABC.
Yeah,
you'll be doing the boundary riding for the game, the first game of the W.
Yeah,
that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, so everyone come down to watch me specifically.
Yeah, because I was. What do you have? Do you like it?
I love it. It's the only issue I have is that you, as a boundary rider, have to watch the boundary. So you are on like, like injuries and like what's happening on the bench. That sometimes I will forget and watch the game. About fuck.
Are they in your ear talking?
You got big headphones in, yeah. And but you have to tell them when you want to talk.
You go, I got something to say.
Yeah, and then they'll throw down to you, which can be difficult when you want to comment about something that has just happened, because then by the time that there's a breaking play, and then they can come down to you, that's moved on. So you got to think of something else on the spot to say. But it's so good because it's just injuries and colour and crowd, and then interviewing players after the game.
And if it's raining, going, Marns is down there. Yeah, I'm getting drenched. You got to do that.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. That's so fun.
I'm so excited.
Is that something you want to do more of? I know you did the Hawks and Kilda game.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I did the men's. Yeah, that was my first men's boundary game. It was a lot of fun. And then they asked me to do Brisbane Collingwood, and I couldn't because I was fucking Essendon Sydney Swans.
Oh, wow.
What a game to miss.
There's a fun idiosyncrasy of that I'm always curious about with boundary riders is you're always behind the change things.
Yeah.
And for at least Marvel and the MCG, I know that they just cut out for all of you like 5 rows of seats.
Yeah.
They don't want anyone sitting near the coaches or the players or anything, but the boundary riders are allowed to sit there.
Yeah.
And so when families come down and hobble and then they get out. Only Marnie and that guy from 3AW. Get out. So you get to put your feet up and just rest out.
It was great at the Hawks St Kilda game because on my little mic I mentioned that they were going to sub off. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. It was like the Hawthorn player and he kicked a goal and he just come back for a long time. Anyway, they were subbing him off. And that was like 5 minutes before they actually did. And so the Hawthorn fans like, how did you know that was going to happen? I was like, oh, I'm really good.
I rode the boundary.
It's the WhatsApp group with the Hawthorn comms people, but it's also, yeah.
That's a scoop. That's great.
Well, I'm not just saying someone's going to be subbed off. What if they're not?
Well, if I'm going to this game, can I just go and watch you or stand next to you like a supportive dad?
Of course.
Go money.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
I love to get crowd involved. For the grand final, I interviewed Ash Riddell's parents, and then she said that it was like just talking to one of Ash's friends. They're like, wow, she was just so energetic. I was like, yeah, but also like I can lean into like being a fan there. Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah.
That's what people want. They want if they're getting onto the ground, they want to feel like they're part of it. And yeah, that's good stuff.
All right, Tom, your time to shine. The AFL Round 24 fixture has been released, and I believe, being a Sunnies boy, you have some things to say about it.
I mean, it's the biggest fucking piece of bullshit of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Basically. So we play on Friday night. Then we have 4 days before we play Essendon on Wednesday, and then we go into the pre-finals bye and then play finals. So so either one of two things will happen. One, Dimmer will push really hard and we'll get up and win these two and we'll be fucked for finals. Or two, we won't be sure, we'll go in half-assed to try and conserve energy, maybe lose both games and then not make the finals potentially. Like I also understand, I should have prefaced with incredibly difficult circumstances for the AFL and everyone involved to fix. But what a rort. Like our first year of probably making finals, and this is going to completely fuck us. There's no way we can make a grand final off the back of this.
Well,
no way.
I mean, that was ambitious. No. Sorry.
But I was just saying, it's impossible,
yes.
right?
So just for context.
No context needed.
The opening game between Gold Coast and Essendon was unable to be played because they had Cyclone Alfred up in Queensland. So that has been moved, and so that's why there's 4 days between these very important games for Gold Coast to make finals and potentially have a run to the grand final.
Yeah, I mean, it's just saying that now it's impossible. Like, there's no way we can make a run. I'm not saying we would have, or I'm not even saying we'll make it, but this is guaranteed that, there's zero chance we can now.
It's very hard. The only thing going in your favour is that you'll be playing Essendon, who's already, like, they'll be sending everyone into surgery who's not already in surgery. You're going to be playing a bunch of 17-year-olds. But,
potentially,
point still stands. Your point absolutely still stands.
If we do the same and then lose, because that's what happens with these games, right? And it costs us probably not a top 4, but my ladder predictor had us in 3rd, so potentially.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
so maybe cost
cool.
us a top 4 spot or whatever, and then less break than everyone else in the competition. It's just, GG's.
And it's like, it is also very important for Gold Coast to get home finals if they can, for the sake of growing their club.
Well, they will play at, what's it called these days? Heritage Bank or People First?
People's First.
They'll play that there, won't they? They won't go to Gabba or something.
Well, yeah.
Better not.
I mean, when I did my ladder predictor for Sundays, I had us in 3rd. But I think if we lose both these games, which I think is very likely, then we won't make the 8.
Tom, you are not losing to Essendon. I know you've got a 4.
But we're going to beat Port as well on the Friday night, and then
they're done.
And then Essendon on the Wednesday.
Tom, you're going to win all of these.
Yeah, I think you'll be all right.
I think it'll cook us. I think that then expect like an 80-point loss against Brisbane or whoever week 1 of finals. Like that's my gut.
I think I can just see it of you lifting a cup.
Unless it does that
of like coffee and
of
going,
coffee.
Yay,
Suns lost by 80 points. Unless it is one of those weird things where we have the best momentum because we're the ones who actually have played and been forced to get up, because that does happen occasionally.
Yeah, you just miss that whole bye schmozzle and you just keep going. You just keep running.
Yeah. Like the doggies did in 2016, huh?
Yeah.
Just on fixturing the round 24 coming out, the Channel 7 decided they would not like to cover.
So Channel 7 were offered Essendon Carlton on the Thursday night and they said, no, we're good. Now watch that be such a good spectacle.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So they're not going to pick up another game. They've just gone, we would rather not do that game.
I mean, they're not spoiled for choice. It's the biggest dead rubber
Saturday
round
night.
ever, mate.
The next Saturday night. The next Saturday night, they listen to
they've got
Broden
the Sunday.
Kelly.
So it's going to be a Sunday doubleheader. And as Patty and I were discussing earlier on the phone, it's really good that the important games are not paywalled.
Yeah.
Because I think that was going to be a headline that one of yous, Patty, said that was going to be a headline this week. And he was wrong. So we've kicked him off the mic.
The fixture looks silly to me.
I mean, it's like we got 6 dead rubbers, then all the close games on the Sunday. So
Well, that's good. That is
clearly they want to make the Sunday exciting because you got Giants Saints for the 8, Doggies Fremantle for the 8 potentially, Brisbane Hawthorn for the 8 potentially. So they've just put all the 3 games that matter at the very end, but the Thursday, Friday, Saturday games all don't matter, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a Wednesday game. A Wednesday game.
Where will we be? We should go. It's at People's First. We'll be... Oh, yeah.
I don't know where I'll be.
I thought we'd be on tour, but we're not. So I'm not going.
You can watch it on television.
I was thinking we'd be in Brisbane and I'd go up there.
No. Fascinating stuff. Is that all the news?
Yeah.
That's all the news with Marnie. And that means it's time to do a little thing for the, thank God, third last time called tipping. That was really good, I think.
Until we do the W every week as well.
And then, yes,
Tipping never ends.
the tipping. Yeah, we got to pick up tipping next week again.
Yeah.
How are we going to do that? We're going to do it every week.
Tipping.
Yeah, we are. Wow, we were just talking about in that sting that next week we're going to do double tipping. How are we going to do? We got to figure out a way to formula. Maybe we just give up on the men's. Just stop doing it. Doesn't matter.
We can do the important games of the men's, I guess.
Yeah, we could put them all up on a some sort of tile that if people want to see. And I know some people genuinely were asking me what I'm tipping, so people are keeping track of how, because they know I'm always right.
Yeah, always. I got 9 last week as well. That's why you kicked me off Sunday, because you knew I would come in and brag.
Yeah, I said you've become too powerful.
Yeah. I mean, 9 last year when you got 9, you made the biggest fucking hooroo about it.
I tried to do a Trump and say Tom never existed. No, that guy never existed. The first game is This is a good game.
Yeah.
Tonight, just possibly the most important game of the year for Hawthorn and Collingwood. I spoke to a Collingwood player today who was very locked in. After talking to this person today, I think Collingwood will win this very convincingly.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's so because you two, Patty and Broden, on the Sunday episode were saying, watch media people be really nice about Collingwood being bad. And the conversation that I had that week that were like, with all my Collingwood friends being like, no, you actually really needed to lose those games because you needed to stumble at some point. You cannot stay at the top all year. And I was just like, oh, they're talking about me.
Yeah. and it has been everywhere. I've seen it. It's okay. It's actually better. It's actually good to lose games.
We needed to lose those games in order to win the flag later.
I just think no Will Day, no Hawthorn said. I know he wasn't at his best, but I just think he's so important.
Yeah, I think Hawks ain't it. I just don't think they have the engine room in the midfield to go all the way this year.
But they need to win this. They know. There's 2 teams who are like, we need to win this. I really feel that.
I think Collingwood by 30 for me.
What do you think, Marnie Vinyl?
I do think Collingwood will win this one. I hope it is close. Also, just because like all these other games this round that are just going to be crap. Well, not crap. They're going to be, potentially like blowouts.
Dead rubbers.
Yeah.
I disagree. Let's talk about Geelong and Essendon now.
Jeremy Cameron's going to kick 25 goals on Essendon.
Is that your impersonation of us last week?
Representation everyone. Single person in the media.
Marnie, if you're at the grand final covering it,
yeah,
you want to run on the ground with me when he kicks 100 goals? Because I'm going on the field. It's going to happen, Tom.
It's too overwhelming for me. I'll watch you. I'll clap you.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I'd stay in the stands.
We're like on the math. It's like global warming. We are on track for 25 more.
Yeah, as long as he kicks 10 this weekend. I thought he kicked 11 last week.
You might know the year. Jeremy Cameron stopped Ben Brown from getting a Coleman one year. And I was reminded of that this week when I was really up and about Jerez. Ben Brown was up by 6 goals, and then it was the last round, and he was playing for GWS at the time.
I'm going to say 2019.
There you go, 2019.
That's my guess.
Jeremy Cameron stopped Ben Brown getting a Coleman, and so we hate him.
Well,
it's really good, and I do obviously hope that he kicks a bunch on Essendon. Also because Geelong won it too.
He might kick like 12.
I know, because they're doing. I mean, you mentioned Jack Martin had 4 goals within 4 minutes, but also Shannon Neal had like 4 goals that game. Someone else had a bunch of goals.
Kicking bags.
Yeah, so it's not like they're only kicking it to Jeremy, but I feel like they are definitely going to try and get him as many as they can.
I feel like Chris Scott's not the sort of coach who would allow them to feed it to Cameron. Like, it's team footy first, right?
Totally, but even like on the broadcast after that game when Patrick Dangerfield was interviewed, he was like, "Oh yeah, like it's a hard one to walk because we do want to, we have to say it's team footy and it is team footy, but like we want it, like we want it." Like he wasn't shy about like hinting that like, yeah, that is exactly what we are doing.
Is this just Tom Hawkins retiring and him being just such a more clear target now? Is that a large part of it? And the other guy, who's the other guy? The other guy's pretty good, but not
Shannon
that.
Neal is.
Yeah. He's pretty good, but not Tom Hawkins. So
I think he's always been this good. I mean, he's won multiple Colemans, right? It's just like he's had a good run of Geelong piling on 100 on a few teams, and he's just managed. But then again, he kicked 11 when that was his highest ever, so maybe you're onto something. Like.
And he is just so dead straight.
Yeah.
Like from anywhere. It's remarkable.
I think structurally, having a Coleman medalist does not necessarily
help.
It's not a good thing because it means you're quite predictable.
Yes. I agree.
Jesse Hogan last year, they bumbled out without winning a final. So put that in your pocket.
I was mad watching that Doggies game last week.
Me too.
If that is foreshadowing for like the finals, foreshadow is not the right word I want to use there, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Foreshadow. Some delicious chicken tonight.
If that's a preview of what they're going to dish out, then they may as well stay at home.
Yeah. Don't serve that up.
Oh, yeah. I was very upset with them.
Yeah, I think I'm really down on Hawks and GWS right now. I don't think either of them are up for it. I hope I'm wrong.
No, I think we would have been saying the same about the Suns before they destroyed Lions.
Yeah, that's
the northern team,
not
Brisbane.
Too wrong.
Anyway, so we're all tipping Essendon, I should
imagine?
Jeremy Cameron
opposite
for
day,
8, I think.
Tipping Cats, and then the bigger cat. By the way, shout out to the Melbourne Zoo. They had a baby giraffe.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Really? What's her name?
He's a boy, and I don't think they've named him yet. I know their dad's name is Clintoon, and I don't know his mum's name. Clintoon, yes. And he's a beautiful boy, but they've got a beautiful giraffe.
Isn't it amazing that like giraffes just like come straight out of the womb and can walk?
Yeah.
That's remarkable.
It's actually, so many animals get born and then it's run now.
Yeah.
Like a baby turtle, go. They're after you. The gulls are coming. And
my daughter's 6 months old and still completely hopeless.
Yeah. So like, the giraffe. Go see the giraffe. He's. I don't think he's on show yet, but it's very exciting. Why did I say that? Because Tigers, Richmond versus Saints, St Kilda. 87% of people tipping them, and I think that's recency bias, but also they weren't that great against North. They are still very volatile. They're a teenager. They're very unpredictable. But you probably would tip Saints, wouldn't you?
No, I'm tipping Richmond. They're so much worse away from from Marvel Saints, and it's at the G. And Tigers love it. They're due an upset.
Oh, I was going to go St Kilda, but actually you've thrown me there with the MCG Dolphins.
So I do. That's how I ruin everyone's tips.
I'll just go St Kilda.
I'm going Saints too.
I feel like they've got a bit of like oomph in them.
Yeah.
Speaking of oomph, Brisbane are playing Swans at Gabba, and Brisbane will win that.
So Lockie Neal out with that quad strain. I don't know what the difference is. It's a quad injury. Western Bulldogs are loving that because they need Brisbane to beat Hawthorn.
Yeah, right.
Which is very interesting. And then he can come back for finals. So that's dangerous for everyone that Brizzy will be playing in finals.
That injury from Lockie Neal, it brought unison to the entire AFL social media platform because all of them went, Lockie Neal out for season.
Yeah.
Because they knew that would get engagement.
Yeah.
But for regular season, by the way. Everyone did it in unison.
No, it was very powerful.
But then we're saying Jeremy Cameron kicks 100 in a season. So we are counting finals as a season when it suits the narrative.
Exactly.
If it means I can run on the ground, then I'll count it.
I do count it.
Yeah.
If it happens, it's the season.
Yeah. By Helen Garner.
You win the 2025 season. Anyways, whatever. annoying from Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane.
Doing
for sure,
Lons,
Brody.
and then Carlton versus Suns at Marvel. Are you going to go to this, Tom?
I have an announcement. Due to underwhelming demand, I cancelled my my fan meetup that I organised 2 weeks ago.
Oh my god, no!
I had one dude on Instagram being like, I'll sit with you. So I won't do that then.
Oh no, that makes me really sad. Oh, I'm working, so I can't come.
So yeah, I said to the fans on one of the pod, message me if you want to go. I'll pick a bay if there's enough people and we'll go watch it together. And
No
nada.
one to
One
go.
person.
What the hell?
So I was like, I'll just go by myself or not bother.
What
Watch
about
it at home.
Joe? Can Joe go with you?
No, Joe's in
Joe
the play
died.
that goes wrong.
Oh, sorry, he's in a play. Sorry, my mistake.
But it does go wrong.
The play does go wrong.
Yeah. No, I might still go, but yeah, it's like it's not even a dead rubber. It really matters. We really need to show up and win this, but
As we sit here, we might be, well, I hope not, but I think they might not have the same coach, Carlton. I hope they do. They should have the same coach.
They should
yeah,
have the same coach.
it'd be interesting
Yeah.
if they got up for a new coach.
That's what I've seen from Doggies fans for Diesel Wing is fuck you. Fuck you. I'm tipping Suns.
I'm tipping Suns.
Yeah, same.
Fremantle Port. Freo for me.
Same.
Yeah, I think Freya get
I
it
think
done.
Poppy Penny is getting very nervous about her Dockers.
Yeah, they're good. Very good. Very good team. Sunday. Freo people getting mad at me for not giving Freo their flowers about the Carlton game. They're like, why is our flowers?
Well, you came back in a good manner, and that's sick. But also, we gave you so many flowers the week before.
Yeah, you
when
don't get
won
flowers
a
for being
real
a-
game. Like,
You don't
it's
get
Carlton.
flowers for beating Carlton at Optus Stadium.
Yeah, I think we're moving
Come on.
more and more on our Monday shows to talking about 3 games in depth, and then saying, "Oh yeah, and these other boring ones happened."
Because, yeah,
and it's just the trend.
There was an article today from The Age saying, is this the worst season ever?
Yeah, Peter Ryan. I was
Yeah.
like, we love a hyperbole in AFL media. This is the worst season ever, but finals can save it.
Fremantle people, just because you don't have to line up ever for anything over there doesn't mean that I'm going to sit here and pander to you beating Carlton. You have a very nice life over there, but stop complaining, man. Like, I know, just line up for something once. Freo people with your Basil Zemplises and your Tame
and chips.
Impalas and your John Butler.
Yeah.
John Butler messaging me every week saying, why haven't you mentioned Murphy Reid? Shut up, John Butler.
I'm going to Perth for Christmas
Oh, that's
and New
nice.
Year's. Should be nice.
Talking about lining up for things, Hayden Young will not be lining up for this game with his injury, but potentially it's not as bad as we first thought.
Great news.
It's abductor.
Very important player.
That's proper information. That's good.
Yeah, well, I just want to. I want to keep the Dockers on my side. Dockers fans on my
I
side. I
hate
love
them.
him.
You're not welcome here.
No.
No, you are. Dockers, we love you. And you're
do love
rising
them.
quickly. And you've got the CEO of Sydney now, so you own 2 teams. Giants and North. Giants
Surely bounce back, right?
at Manuka at the Canberra game.
Surely. They were poor there last time, though, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
You bloody hope Giants win this.
Hell yeah. MCG, Melbourne Bulldogs. My call is to Melbourne fans. Go.
Are you going to go?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I'm
nice.
busy. No, I'll go. I'll go for sure. Yeah, and Doggies will win.
Yeah, you might get up for the new coach. That would be interesting.
Nah. You tipping Dogs, Muns?
I am, yes. I think the Dogs look very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sunday, West Coast, Adelaide Crows. Crows, everyone?
Flubber knocker of a game.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
It's
yeah, I
not a-
know.
it's not a
Broden
word.
does it. And then I
Slobber knocker is the word.
What did I say?
Flobber knocker?
I meant what you said.
But it could be a flobber knocker. I think you've taken slobber knocker and fluffernaut, like a spread, a marshmallow spread.
Oh, delicious.
But that is the tipping, everyone. Thank you so much for everyone who's joined us so far for the tipping. Wonderful. It's lovely to see all of you, the whole team back in action. Everyone's well. And knock on wood, everyone stays well. And we hope you're well at home. Marnie, great work on the W. Can't wait for it to start next week.
Yeah.
Give it some love and support. Just really back it in. Just comment on the things, back them in,
Go to games.
go to games.
We'll be there. You can
We'll
meet
be
up
there.
at Tom at Sun's game.
You get in. It's 12 rounds and get in and enjoy it.
But also, like, I do think, oh my God, I know that, like, I feel like I'm just a mouthpiece for the AFLW at this point, and I'm sorry if that's annoying, but I genuinely, these are the things that I
No, it's
think
good.
and feel. One of the questions that we did ask a lot of, like, the W captains was, like, what's something that you think is misunderstood about W? And it's like, how fast it is. Because you don't know unless you go and see it in person how quick
Yeah, it's
the
good.
games actually are and how big those bodies actually are.
Hell yeah. And vibes, vans,
Yeah,
beers.
I mean, you've already got players punching each other in the brackies. Like, it's not just family-friendly fun. It's like entertaining.
But it's also family fun as well.
But it is also it is family. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And if family fun, my childhood, a lot of punching on with kids as well. Like with me and my brother. Just punching
No,
on.
okay. I feel like I've said that all wrong. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much, everyone. Bounce that pill. And thank you, everyone, for live streaming. Lags again, I think, but
I got a message from Evan halfway through and he fixed it up.
was it him?
Yeah, it's always Ev. It's always
Always
Ev.
Ev.
Last week he was uploading Mug, the next season, the secret season that's not announced yet, leaked here. That's what he was uploading last week. And this week he said, sorry, I was uploading a massive file, overloading the network.
Well, there you go.
You malaka, Evan.
Fair enough. Any last questions from anyone from before we bail?
What would you name the giraffe?
Some sort of. Usually they name them after where they're from. See, can you test me and see how many names of animals at the zoo I know?
Okay, a hippo.
Felix, his name is.
Oh, is there any monkeys?
Yes. I don't know their name.
Any
but
meerkats? I love
yeah,
meerkats.
There's so many meerkats.
Do they have names?
Atlas likes to.
I don't know. Probably too many of them for that.
Lion.
Names. The lions. There's 2 boys at the Melbourne Zoo, and there's a whole pack of pride at Werribee, and I don't know the boys' names, but they do have names. I can tell you.
Zebra.
Nah, they have zebras, but I don't know their name.
This is not going well.
I know the elephants.
Ask me anything.
I know the
Elephant.
The elephants. There is Malu, who's the boy. He's a bull, and there's a few more, and then there's I know the Hutan and Indra are the two Malaysian tigers,
I love tigers.
and there's the orangutans who are cool as well. Anyway, thank you so much. Are you got a thing,
Yeah, Marty just had his baby.
Marty? Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, good on you, mate.
healthy baby girl.
Congrats,
Oh,
Marty.
that's
Wow.
nice.
Shout out Marty. Wow,
Shout
who
out
is
Marty.
not listening.
No, he's in hospital.
Let's get out of here. Thanks, everyone. Bounce that pill.